everybody, it's Brooke with the Junk Parlor, and I am back for another show and tell. I took a quick trip this morning over to pick a girl's house. She had a neighbor lined up, and then another neighbor was just outside, so we got to look at their stuff as well. I love getting to look in people's homes. I sold real estate for just a teeny tiny bit of time. And honestly, that was one of my favorite things, was just going in somebody's house. I like floor plans. I like architecture. I like to see how people decorate, how they live. It's just tons of fun. And so this one was really special because Barb is a very good decorator. I don't think she fully appreciates her talents. But her house was super cute, and the house itself was beautiful. It's an old four square with a stairway in the middle where it splits and it goes into the kitchen and into the living room, which one of my good friends growing up, her house or her staircase was like that. I loved it. And so it was fun. And then her neighbor, or not even a neighbor, her friend, her house was super cute, and the lady was crazy organized. So turns out she's a retired teacher, and I'm going to say that that is why, because everything was in totes and labeled and on shelves and seasonally organized and the whole 9 yards. So beautiful home as well. And she had a lot of family pieces, and she sews, so she had made things with family pieces as well. So it was very neat just to get to look in their houses, even if I didn't get to buy anything. And then the neighbor guy has a garage full of stuff, and not really for sale, just stuff I think he's accumulated over time with his job, but he did let me buy a couple of things. So very appreciative of Barb inviting me over and then hooking me up with good deals, and then her friends as well. So on my way back, I stopped at one of my favorite shops, Janine at Acquisitions, and she has a place just on her property. They've converted the barn garage into her shop, and so they're right off the interstate, and so it's just she's in a good high traffic location, and so a lot of people just randomly stop by. Her prices and my prices are similar, and I love going to see how she's decorated things, because again, we like the same things, and so it's just fun to get some design ideas from her. And kind of speaking of that, I did get some ideas off of Barb on decorating and on some DIY projects, because the girl is in love with baseball and games. And so stay tuned for some of my DIYs, because they're going to be from Barb as my inspiration. But Janine has a super cute shop, and so it's always fun to go there. I always find some things, because that's one thing about, like, when people say they go to a flea market and they can't find anything if it's the last day or whatever because all the dealers have picked everything. That is a false statement, because some things are going to sell well for me that don't sell well for her, that she is priced marked down or prices cheaper to begin with. And so then I can buy them and resell them and still make a profit. And everybody has a different customer base, and your eye is drawn to different things. And so what catches your attention versus what catches my attention, whether you're a dealer or a customer, is going to be different. So honestly, there is literally something for everyone. You should be able to go to a shop and find something. Definitely go to a flea market, and it should be worth your while. It a lot of times is your mood, at least for me. Sometimes I feel like spending money, and sometimes I don't. And then I've got my World's Okayest mom shirt on, because my kids would say I'm a sucky ass mom, and that's okay. But I stopped at a gas station, and the guy, normally if I'm in a tank top, people stare at my arms. But the guy, he read it and he said, "Oh, World's Strongest Mom, all right," and was like chatting, but I wasn't really looking at him, so he must have saw my shirt on the fly. And I'm like, well, it says okayest, and I don't think he understood what I was saying. And so then I clarified, you know, world's okayest mom, like I'm showing him to look at my shirt. And he was like, oh, and then he was like laughing about it and then laughing about himself because he couldn't read it. And then we got into a whole being able to read cursive tangent, which last week I got into a cursive tangent with someone else. Schools do still teach cursive, FYI, even if people put on Facebook that they don't. They do. So anyway, moving on to the junk. I got this awesome rusty, crusty bird cage, and it almost looks like it's got a target on the base, but I love it. It would make an awesome cloche as well, so we could use it just to accentuate some things. This little piece, I think it is like a miniature ladder. I really like it. It's just wood, but you could lean it and hang some towels or tablecloths, which I did pick up a tablecloth. And so you can do a little collection with that. The girl that I went and shopped from, she is in love with orange, so I'm guessing she painted this at some point. But is it teeny tiny screen? And so one of the nice things about windows and screens is they sell better if they're small, and then you could do a DIY project with that one as well. Then I have this croquet mallet ball croquet set holder, and I will probably repurpose the holder because she didn't have any balls. I'm guessing she'd use them for a project. And she did give me some mallets, so I've been working on a mallet wreath for 2 weeks now. So having some more mallet heads maybe gives me some more options, and I might actually finish that project. But I'll probably repurpose that holder and use it for something else. And then she had a good collection of thermometers. This is a old, you know, Dr. Pepper thermometer, hot or cold, and it just has some awesome rusty patina. So definitely had to get that, and it's big. And then this sign, I'm gonna need to do a little bit of touch up to, but I think it said Pine Cove. So I'll just probably try and go over the lettering. But I love the old piece of barn wood, and we literally took that off the wall in her house. So very accommodating. And then we got this one, awesome bird cage. It has lots of extra, I normally call it farm fresh goodies, but those I think were just, it was in her yard. So not necessarily farm fresh, but definitely some extra goodies in there. And then I'm not going to show you all of these, but I just thought it was crazy that I found a set of 6 mugs because I got a little teapot stand. It has the pot, it has the creamer and sugar, and then it's all on a wire rack, and then it has spots for mugs, and there weren't any mugs. And I was 2 hours away and found these mugs. And there was a creamer and sugar with this set, but it wasn't like in a wire rack. It wasn't on a stand. It wasn't with a teapot. And so I got the mugs so that I can marry that to what I already had. And then I also picked up this little copper and brass little wall pocket. And you could always set it somewhere as well, so it doesn't have to go in the wall. And then I think there's just more mugs in there. And then I got this vintage tablecloth and napkins. I think there's 2 red and 2 green. I didn't open it up, but it has the good feel. And this displayed on that ladder would look super cute. So I grabbed that. And then I also got some flashcards, which I just had flashcards, and then these Flintstone game cards. And the reason being, I've had these before, just the characters on the cards for those people who like to do junk journals or embellish things. The characters on the cards are really fun additions. I have a metal green chippy bed. This pink one I thought was awesome. It really caught my eye. But you can use these and put your books Up here, I've also taken an oval ironstone platter stack and put it on the crib. My springs are soft, so I need a cutting board to put over it, which I actually think I found one that's going to be the right shape today. But these are very sturdy, so you wouldn't have to do that. So I love the little pink bed. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this or sell this, but we have this little corbel piece, little chunky riser that would look great with a cloche on it. And then I also haven't decided about this piece because it's got white and green chippy. So this is like inspiration for my living room. Plus there's some blue in there too. So I'm gonna see if I can find a home for it in my home, at least for a little bit. And then we have this awesome little dustpan, and it's my favorite color, green. So this is gonna be super cute hanging on somebody's wall. I was excited to get that. And then we have just a little garden plow. Depending on where the teeth are on this, sometimes you can get plates and have it be a plate rack, stand-up plates. You can do mail, a picture. You can hang them on the wall and have your jewelry or scarves hanging, use it as a coat rack. So happy to get that little tool. And then somewhere in here, there are a whole bunch of these canisters, like Hoosier cabinet canisters. A couple of them do have some words on it. I think there's one coffee and one tea. The rest of them don't, but all of this ribbed glass, those are gonna be popular. And then she had put a collection of mashers, hung them around her kitchen, and decided she was ready for something new. So I got a bunch of her mashers. So she must have used some twine to hang them on the wall. And I didn't get all of them. I just kind of picked and chose the ones that I liked, either because of the style or shape of handle, the style or shape of masher, the color. And so I just kind of got an assortment. That little baby one is cute. This one's a little bit different style with the all metal. I think it's actually like for rice, a ricer. But you know me and green, so I'm definitely getting the green ones. And then this style, which this one is snaked around somehow. This is gonna be like a puzzle, I think. So not a puzzle we're gonna do today, but the square ones, I really like that style because they stand up so nice. And then you can use a thumbtack and push in it and share a recipe. This one, she thought it was Bakelite. It looks like Bakelite, but I just can't imagine that it's actually Bakelite, because I always think of Bakelite as being fragile. But you can do a recipe or a picture of you and grandma, or you and the grandkids or your kids cooking. And then something neat she did with this, I'm probably gonna have to try as well, something with baseball. So DIY project using that wood tray coming up. Oh, and I got some more mashers, I guess. Had those tucked in a different spot. This one looks homemade. I think I can bend the metal and get it to stand up a little bit better, or a little straighter. Doesn't not stand up. So red is not necessarily my color, but I know red is a lot of people's colors. So if it had a cool shape, I went ahead and grabbed it. And then this trophy is actually metal. I like them a lot more tarnished and, you know, used, but still cool. And then we have this thermos. She's got these tikindos, which is basically incense. And we talked about me not being able to smell still. And the fly is back. We got a blue bottle here. A little enamel refrigerator dish, I think is what that is. And then she had some large size blocks, and these have Disney characters on the back. So I got 5 of those. I got quite a few books, so I'll just go through them really quick. I'm always liking Christmas ones. This one has Dad on one side and Mom on the other. I thought that was cute. Always liking cowboy ones, farmer ones, horse, sheep, those types of things. This one I just thought, the calf is not cute, crybaby calf, but I just thought it was kind of a funny name. Another Christmas one. So just kind of thumbed through the books that she had. I more like the graphics than care about the age. And this is actually a fuzzy book, so the fur on that dog has texture. And then she had this cute little clipboard with some old letters that have been selling really well for me. And so it's nice to have some different locations, because a lot of times if you buy a bundle, they're all from the same location. And so unless that's like sentimental to somebody, they would prefer to have an assortment. Okay, then this box is newer, but she gave me the idea of hanging it on the wall and then using this for your towel, which is brilliant. So I had to take it because she sold it to me with that idea. This, it looks like it used to be a clipboard, although I cannot find any holes, but someone has decoupaged on the front and the back this map. It's got Washington, Sugar Grove, Grant, Beaver, Spring Valley, Adele, Colfax. Well, good thing Adele was in there because I didn't even know where the map was from. So I can always add a clip or something to this because it's out of that cardboard kind of texture. But we got a good laugh out of decoupage since I got so many haters on my decoupage project. And then we have these little like telescope things, which she had looked them up online, and they're like going for $250, I think is what it looked like. But these are Magascope with Lumarod. So need to be careful with those so I don't break them. Okay, then I grabbed a few scales. Probably my favorite one is the green one, just because of the coloring, but I do really like the markings on this scale face. And then this little green box, super cute. You know my love of green. And then we got this little fence piece, and I don't remember what else I even got. She put it in here in a Crown Royal bag. Oh, I got this little black handheld like vanity mirror. And then, oh, I got a pen. A calligraphy pen. So we got some good treasures in there. Some I might need to keep. That green box. Okay, then we have these awesome frames. They've been painted yellow, and I don't know, I might leave them yellow just to stress them a little bit, or I might paint them. I'm not really sure, but I love the size, and the texture on them is amazing. And I feel bad, my lighting in here is definitely not the greatest. See if that can balance. Okay, so this is the cutting board that I grabbed. I think that it's a good size for the baby bed that I have in my house, and I need something to kind of go over the frame of it. So that might work out. And then this, I think it's something with film, although it would make sense to be something with a hose, although it would be pretty small. But I still really liked it. I've had a couple of these before. This one's got a good amount of surface rust. You can hang it on the wall and turn it into a wreath. You could also fit some smaller size bottles in here or your mail. So lots of options. You could even use it as a cloche base. So I love versatile pieces and coming up with ideas on how to use them. This plane is metal wire. It's probably newer, but it's been sitting out in the yard, and so I love the character that gave it. And then I have one of these already, but I love the color. I love the shape. I think it'd be fun to put your Valentines in it or little love notes to the kids or your husband in it. And so I got another one. Here's that scale that I really like. It is green, and it has a very nice face on it as well. We have this cute little kid travel suitcase. Very cute. We've got this Mary Jane bread thermometer. It's nice and thick. Then we have this, oh, I can't even think. It's not a thermometer. It's like a weather gauge. Tells you humidity and stuff. It has a special name, but I'm not thinking of it. And then she had started to paint these. These were like trophies, essentially. And she had started to paint them. She had some in her house. And then some of them are still just original with the trophy winner on them. And they came on these little clipboards. I only took one of the little boards because I'm probably going to take them off anyway. And so I might sell some as is and then do some, paint some, or at least finish painting the one she's done. Then this little bread box, someone has painted mail on it. It's pretty rough. There is a lid, but I love it. I love black, white, neutral colors. So it definitely caught my eye. And then we have a 2-tiered bread box here with the orange and flowers. And it's really neat also because it has moon and stars as your air holes on the sides. And that's just something different I don't think you see all the time. Or I don't, at least. This little cup has 1, 2, 3 cat on it. And I thought that was cute. Makes me think of my nephew, who used to tell us a joke that it was like, knock, knock, who's there? Cat, cat who? Cat in the toilet. Ha, ha, ha. And then, I mean, the kids would just roll in laughter. And so marker, a paint pen, and write a poem. Because to this day, now the kids know some kind of romantic saying, a scripture. We still joke whenever we hear the word cat. Okay, so I mentioned I got a lot of those Who's Your Cabinet jars. This one says coffee. And then we've got a lot of little shakers that don't say anything. And some are square, some are round. Some have like a spot for a label, some don't. Some have aluminum holes on top, and some don't. And then there's another big one around here somewhere, I thought. Or never mind, that was it. I'm losing my mind. And this one is kind of more like a medium size. And then we got this toolbox. It says Stronghold line. I love the writing on it. I just like the shape as well. And there's like some kind of like whistle thing here on the side. So I'll have to do a little bit of investigating to see what that is for. And then I got an aluminum cake carrier. And I love it because, one, mid-century modern, and you've got the acorn. So I hadn't seen one with a acorn lid before. This has also probably been out in the garden, wood, weathered candlestick holder, but I think once you clean it up, even you could add a clear coat to it if you wanted, and it'll look awesome. Okay, a couple other things that I grabbed. Here's another one of those mugs, but I got this little floral container, and really you could do pretty much anything with it, but I like the hand painted florals. And then we've got this bingo wheel. This is ginormous compared to the other ones that I've had before. And I don't even know if the balls are plastic, but you could put any kind of collection in here. And I mean, if you didn't have balls or didn't want to do the balls, anything that wouldn't fall through. And then I got another tin barn, this Lazy Day farm. Can't go wrong with a barn, especially when you live in Iowa. And then check out this green chippy wood box. It does have a hinged lid, even though the lid looks like it's broken, kind of. We've got this box of crayons, which one of my mystery junk box girls is an artist, so she loves those. And then on the website too, I do have just themed boxes. So if you picked the crafting artist box, that would be something that you would get in your box. And then here's another bowling pin. This one's larger. And we've got some doorknob pieces. Nice hard cast iron ones, and some of them even have white paint on them. And then we have 3 old kid hangers. So those are cute for a nursery. You can display some old vintage kids clothes on them. Lots of options on that. And then we have this little doll suitcase. And it's green, so that's awesome. And then it has some cool stickers on it. It has been wet on the bottom, but, and my sniffer does not work very well. But you could always clear coat the bottom if you were worried about some moisture issues. But love the green on that. And then we have this picture of the little girl. It says Charlotte on the back. She's precious. When you have prints like that, you can but that is a great idea. Then we have this hammered aluminum pitcher. It is nice and tall, and it has the, I think those are tulips motif on it. And I actually have a little hammered enamel plate that actually matches that. And then this pottery is new, but check out the color. It's blue and green, and I liked it. So this would be great to put like in my house with fruit in it, just because I have so much blue and green in my color scheme. So I got a couple things behind you. I'll turn the camera around and show you. But remember, if you like what you're watching, make sure you subscribe to my channel, click like, leave me a comment, and all this stuff gets sold over on Facebook during my Facebook Live sales. I do them Sunday at 7 p.m. and Tuesdays at noon Central Time, so hop over there and check it out. So here are those mallets that I said I got. They're a couple different styles, and so those are cool. And you can always repaint stripes on here if it bothers you that it's worn off. Also got this tall flower basket, this old wooden clock that someone had turned into a table at one point as well. And then from the other day, I had mentioned getting an awesome ore. So check out the orange and green chippiness on that ore. Super excited about that. And then check out this trike. Super cute, awesome patina, cool seat. Loving it.